Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Hey, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, Wolfie, all the way from Australia. To my TikTok fam, good morning. Instagram people, what up? My YouTubes, the coffee beans, good morning. Y'all gonna have to remind me, what did I say we were talking about today? Burn pit brain. Y'all gotta give your man some grace, all right? Give your man some grace. I done forgot what the hell it was I said we were going to talk about today. It happens, kids. It happens. Listening while waiting for my ride to work. Good morning, Jamila. Be safe out there, please. Hi. How you guys doing? Me? I am alive. That is as good as I need to get it. I routinely tell, you know what's funny? That has been my greeting. Morning, Magpie. Mwah. That has been my greeting to everyone and anyone for a little over 2 years. I'm alive. That's as good as I need to get it. I tell everybody, I'm alive. It's as good as I need to get it. Top cities in the building. Josh the Poet Music's in here. I see you. The reason I say that is this. When you die, that's it. I am driving in Louisville, so I'm listening, but I won't be able to type a whole lot. Don't worry about it, Michael Pruitt. We know you're here, brother. We know you. We know you're here. We know you're here. Yeah. You know what? Being alive, I think, is the catalyst for everything. Being alive is a catalyst because you could have all the great. Hey, Miss Lyles, I've been reading. I've been reading. Whose birthday we got? Who Infernal? Whose birthday is it today? Whose birthday we got today? Whose birthday we got today? All right. So, Miss Lyles, I know you have been through some shit. My anxiety went through the roof last night. I couldn't sleep, but hope all is better day for me and the family. It means you have to do more self-care today. You do. You do. You do, Miss Lyles. I can just say I got some news from my doctor a couple of days ago that I have to go to a specialist in 2 weeks to see what's wrong with my iron deficiency. I am so nervous that I cried, but I will be fine. It's just my family's gone through so much this year, and we are trying our best to make ends meet. You know what? I think that's what we're going to talk about today. I think that's what we're going to talk about. Oh, Unafraid Zio today is their 41st birthday today. Unafraid Zio, on behalf of myself, Persepolis the Cactus, Coco the Goat, the Machine Gun Duck, and all of us here at the Sound of Coffee, we wish you a happy, hearty, happy birthday. Yeah, that's what I think. Grand Rising, my sister Dottie, my oldest friend, someone who I have loved. I've loved her for this many years. Dottie will always be my sister, and I will always love and cherish her. That's what I think we should talk about. Today is Truthful Thursday, as always. Right? I have an anthem. Hey, Taz. Nope. You see, let me tell y'all about my friends. Let me tell y'all about my friends, okay? Let me tell y'all about my co-host for the Villain's View. You know, I'm thinking about getting costumes to go to comic book conventions this year, you know. And one of the costumes I thought about was I can't play it, Taz. I'm using my phone. One of the costumes I thought about using was Grand Regent Thrag, the most powerful Viltrumite on Invincible. And it's a simple, you know what I mean? Like it's a stretch shirt, a pair of pants with a kind of a skirt that goes over it, and a cloak. A cloak. Not a cape, a cloak. The same cloak that Emperor Argyle was wearing. Grand Regent Thrag wears it, right? Right? So me being the person that I am, I tell my friends, you know, the people that have hosted the show with me for many years now, my co-hosts, my good friends, and I have been getting ridiculed ever since. Like it's not even funny. My friends have been giving me the business end of the business. Good morning, Mary Greenberg, you beautiful human being. My friends have been giving me the business end of the business. They put me in a goddamn, see, here she go. Here she go. Goddamn Taz doing it again. I don't even know if anybody will hear this. I'm on my damn, more bullshit, Taz. My friends, these are my friends. These are my friends. I want y'all to know this. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. Taz out here just between Taz, Angry, and Gambit, boy. It's a cloak. I don't even know if y'all can hear this. It's a cloak. These are my friends. These are my friends, y'all. It's covered. It's a cloak. It's a cloak. I I, I have a cloak video now. It's a cloak. And hold on. Here's the crazy part. This song slaps like hell. That's the nut. That's the part that's making me smile. This song slaps. That's the nasty part. This song slaps like a mug. This song slaps like a mug. That's what's making me laugh. Got me fighting Hawkman and shit. You know what? Inspired by their asses. I think that's what we're gonna talk about today. Friendships. We're gonna talk about friendships today. We're gonna talk about friendship. We're gonna talk about the friendships you can make online, the friendships you make offline. That's what it was. Friendships. Friendships in the time of social media. So go ahead. Let me start this damn show. But before I do anything, let me just say this. Guys like me, we don't make friends easy. We don't. I am not the nicest person to be around. I'm not. I forget things. And even though in my head I care so much, I forget to say it verbally out loud. I've got people that I've known from when I was younger, when I was a young adult, middle-aged man, when I became a father and a husband. I have these people in my life, right? And I forget sometimes that even bad men can have good people around them. Even bad men can have good people around them. The fact that Taz and Angry and Gambit, or as I know them, Taz, Nate, and Gilbert, can hear something, hear an idea, and give me shit for it, and I don't take offense, I don't get hurt, I don't get mad, shows that these are not just people I know. These are not just guys and gals that I host shows with. These are my friends. These are really my friends. And it's a weird feeling being as old as I am and having become the cynic that I've become and still knowing that there are people out there that still care about. Because that's what friendship means in the first place. That's what friendship means. Friendship is getting shit from someone, but knowing that they're not doing it maliciously. They're not doing it angrily. They're not doing it to embarrass you. They're doing it because they genuinely love you. And you would do the same thing for them. And you're right, Taz. We're family. With our ups, our downs, and things of that nature, we are family. And that is very, very hard to make. Sir, we surpass friendship. You're right. And that is very, very, very hard to make in this digital age. And it's also harder to maintain in this digital age because you just don't know whether or not somebody is there because they genuinely love you. You don't know. You have no earthly idea. So let me start this show. Godzilla -1 in hell, kids. Let's have a good show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Miss America, and all the ships at sea. Oh, welcome to a Truthful Thursday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud member of the Outcast Nation. But your mama joke this morning. NYC's in the building. Jake, good morning. Appreciate that. Just saying. But your mama joke this morning. Did you know that your mom gets lonely too. She does. You know, simple things. That's what your mama like. You know, walks in the park. She enjoys nature. She enjoys feeding the pigeon. She enjoys walking on the beach. More than anything, your mother enjoys cream-filled donuts. And your dad don't know that. She has no idea. He has no idea that your mama likes cream-filled donuts. Do you know how I know that your mother likes cream-filled donuts? Take a guess. Jack's mom with the $5 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I know why your mom likes cream-filled donuts. I just don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. Don't just unless you want to hear about some shit. Don't ask me why your mama likes cream-filled donuts. Don't. Just don't. Please don't. Don't. Because morning easy. Because if I told you how I know your mama likes cream-filled donuts, your father will kill me. Just want you to know.
Daddy long stroke. You can't smoke it. Daddy long stroke. You can't toke it. Daddy long stroke. 8 inches. Come on, DB.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hold on, let me start this.
Take your bum bum down.
Saying. You asked me how I know your mom likes cream-filled donuts.
I lick your bum bum down.
Just saying that out there.
Kobe.
Let me go ahead and get these out of here. Free Kobe's at the front door.
Kobe.
Free Kobe's at the front door, please.
Kobe.
Free Kobe's at the front door.
Kobe.
Mary Greenberg will take hers with a mimosa, please.
Kobe.
Just while she goes over in the corner talking about yeah, free Kobe's and cream donuts, bitch. Like
Kobe.
Kobe's. Come get a free Kobe at the front door.
Kobe.
Hold on, did we just have an ejectocito, cuz? We didn't just have an ejectocito, cuz. Listen, hey, for those of you who want to come in and troll, can y'all at least wait till I get through the goddamn promo of the damn show? Jesus Christ, man. God damn. He coming in saying stupid shit and then get ejectocito, cuz. Truth moment. I love working alone and outside so I can fart, scratch, and dig out the wedgies. Hey, yo, Dread. Hey, Dread, you ain't even have to tell nobody that. Hey, Dread. Yo. Morning, Witchy. Yo. Hey, is Steve listening today? Yo. Morning, Kel. Good morning. I can't even. I don't even want to play no more, man. Y'all got y'all free Kobe's. Go in the corner. As always, I am joined by my co-host, Persepolis the Cactus. Persepolis is in the building along with the one and only Coco in her bombastic, criminal, offensive side eyes. The machine gun duck is over there. As you can see, he's over there, armed up. Don't start none. The duck won't finish none. You know what I mean? So, I wanted to talk about friendships in the digital age. I heard a word called parasocial relationships. Thank you, Kel. Appreciate that. I heard the word parasocial relationship years ago when I was like long before, you know what I mean? the relationships that people make with other people that they have never met before. I mean, we have proof of this in the form of all of the Donald Trump fans, but that's neither here nor there, right? So, and I thought about that word, parasocial relationship. And I kept trying to figure out how I wanted to approach this subject. But I have said before, one of the best and worst things that has ever happened to me in my entire life was that on a social media platform, I hit over 1 million followers. Story kind of goes like this. When you have 5,000 followers, these are really people that like you. These are really people that want to get to know you. They like your content or whatever. When you hit 10,000, now you're starting to get into that range where, oh my God. Who said it? Who said it? Hold on, y'all. Somebody in the comment section said, did somebody say couch? Hey!
Oh, baby. Turn the lights down low. Let me tell you about the softest love I ever known.
Oh!
Give me that couch. I came home weary, world on my back, neon nights and a heart off track. Kicked off my shoes, loosened my tie. Saw you waiting there, cushions piled high. Girl, you don't argue, you don't complain. You just open up those arms again in the quiet glow of a midnight room. You're my sanctuary in plush perfume. Give me the couch when the day gets rough and the streets get cold. You're the only one that lets me fall. Sink down deep in your sweet caress, wrapped in confidence. On my velvet embrace, softest touch in the whole wide place. You hold me close, don't say a word. Every curve of you, it's so superb. Baby, you cushion my soul tonight, make everything feel so right. In your arms I lose control. Oh, so far, you're rocking my soul. Give me that couch.
Oh! You gotta hit that first one. Give me that couch. Hold on. Mary's in her office. Hey, Jack's mom. Jack's mom did it. Jack's mom did this. Y'all can blame her. Jack's mom did it. Jack's mom forever with a $2 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
My super chat said couch. Hey, Jack's mom, I would like for you to know that you are the reason that Mary Greenberg is sitting in the office right now trying not to move at her damn desk. It's your fault, ma'am. Mary Greenberg is sitting in the office like, I am trying to focus on my job. I like this show. Let me just focus on the job. And somebody goes couch. She's like, shit, here they go. Hey, Josh the poet. I made that song. That was me. HR Gators in the building. Good morning. Yes, I made that song. And I am going to talk to my daughter Shaylee, who wants to be in charge of my media. We are going to film the Gimme the Couch music video, goddammit. That's right. I'm going to sit down and talk to her. We're going to map it out. And there will be a Gimme the Couch music video. Whoa! Infernal, you know what? I'm going to work on that. Reclaiming our life. How are you? How are they? Reclaiming their life out there trying to look. You know what I mean? Listen, they got me out here wanting to go to a national park just to hang out next to them and take pictures, goddammit. They know what they're doing. Reclaiming our voice. You know what you're doing. Hold on. We are great. We are off to the beat. So just see, reclaiming. Now you're just messing with me. Now you're just messing with me out in the damn parks. They out in the parks just dancing, talking about wood. Just, why are they out there looking as beautiful as they possibly can? Talking about wood and going to national parks. Listen, I'm gonna need them to no. But back to the topic of the show. So, like I said, one of the best and worst things that ever happened to me was that I hit 1 million followers on TikTok. Best because it meant that people were finally, I was finally able to use my voice in such a way that people were affected. But the worst part about it was that I no longer knew who my friends were. I no longer knew who my friends were. Now, certain people will call me narcissistic, and they have several times. They will say that I'm a narcissist and this, that, and the third. And that is up to interpretation. I think every one of us should be narcissistic a little bit, to be honest with you. And I would love you even if you only had one follower reclaiming. And you know that. I've seen reclaiming go through some shit. You know what I mean? I've seen reclaiming go through some shit. But what I discovered is that for every one person that was only there because, he had 1 million followers, I became a trend. HR Gator, I already know. You and Mr. Gator, listen, I love the both of y'all. For every one person that was only hanging out with me because I was a trend, because I had 1 million followers, there were 2 people who were hanging out with me because they genuinely cared about me. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I have not always been the incredible amount of sex appeal and more sex appeal on top, like a sex appeal lasagna that you see before you today. Here is another Tales of the Young Rogue. I wasn't a popular kid. I wasn't good looking. I wasn't stocky and swole meat for no reason whatsoever. I wasn't funny. I was not a popular kid. As a matter of fact, from kindergarten to 3rd grade, I was in special education. I was a special ed kid. So no, kids, I was never popular. You know what I mean? I wasn't. I was never a popular kid. I was gangly. I was awkward. My father was a goddamn cheapskate, so when my brother knocked my tooth out, he went to some shade tree ass goddamn dentist and put a silver tooth in my mouth. So from, I don't know, for many years, up until I went in the Navy in 1992, I had a damn fake ass silver tooth in my mouth. I got made fun of because of my lips. I got made fun of because of my ears. I wasn't attractive. I had to grow into my looks. So I was an ugly kid. Not gonna front. I was an ugly kid. Not gonna lie about the shit. And it wasn't until I got in the Army where I even realized Thomas Housen was the Saint S meat in special ed. Sir, there was no Saint swole meat in special education, sir. Come on, man. And to be brutally, brutally honest with you, even today, as a 54-year-old, smokehouse sexy man, because that's what I am now, I'm still not comfortable. I don't make friends easy. I'll give y'all a perfect example. I talk about Dottie all the time. I talk about Dottie, that's my sister Dottie, that's my sister Dottie. I even go so far as to say that and I've said this, if I ever found myself in a situation where I'm facing in an alley 3 men and it's me, and I look back and my sister Lizzie, my terror twin, and my sister Dottie are behind me, I ain't got shit to worry about because I know the 3 of us is going to go down fighting like a mug. Dottie is my oldest friend. Literally, she is my oldest friend. I still have people that I know and cool people that I went to high school with, but Dottie has been consistently my oldest friend for over 40 years. I don't make friends easy. All of my stories of the young road, they all had family members in them. My cousins, my brother, Dottie. That was it. That was it. There was no, there was no other people. There were no outside people. Because I grew up in a time where the word friend meant something. The word friend meant something. It did. It meant something. It meant this is a person that will tell you the truth even if you don't want to hear it. This is a person that will be real with you even in moments where people are not real at all. In a room full of fake-ass people, a friend will be the one person on earth that you know for a fact is going to be there in your corner. I found what you're saying to be incredibly incorrect and unfair to the people listening because I believe that you make friends so naturally that you just don't even know you're doing it. Michael Pruitt, I try to be myself. That's it. That's all I try to do. I don't encourage y'all to live your best lives because it makes me feel good. I do it because you were talking to a person who knows what it's like to be fake. Craziest part is so do you. You know this as well. I will never claim like y'all are silly, stupid people. Never. You know what it feels like to be with a real person versus a fake person. You know that. But then you get social media involved. And I'm going to tell y'all something. That camera has broken more hearts and caused more pain than anything lately. Yes, Reclaiming, I know. If Reclaiming ain't seen me in a week, they're coming. They're sending somebody for me. Like, hey, where Thomas at? Oh, no. I'm either going to find Thomas or I'm going to find a reason why he ain't here because guess what?
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Social media, and I mean the shit that you see on the screen, is dangerous. It is dangerous. I've talked to y'all about the movie Network and how Howard Beale's rant about the tube is probably one of my favorite rants in all of cinema. You eat like the tube. You dress like the tube. You do what the tube tells you to do. Social media is a smaller tube, but it's not any less powerful. Morning, Mofe. It's not any less powerful. I want y'all to take a moment, and I want you to think about what I'm about to say. How many of you have thought that you were not beautiful based on something you saw on either television or social media? You ain't got to raise your hand, but just think about it. How many of you grabbed a little bit of skin on your side and said, well, I don't look good? How many? How many of you have done things to your face, to your hair, to try to fit what the screen tells you? How many of you have thought that your life isn't really worth much because you don't have the money that or the fame or whatever that you see on the screen? I have. Not go sit there and lie. I have. And that shit will drive you nuts. That shit will drive you nuts. Wolfie says, Thomas Bishop, I have stated before, I know I am not that good looking at all, but I'm okay with it. And see, that's the thing, Wolfie. The fact that you believe yourself not to be attractive while you got a wife and a child, sir, somebody found you attractive enough to let you put a baby in them. Now, for men, it is hell. For women, it's hell times 2. For men, it is hell. For women, it is hell times 2. Contrary to what everybody wants to believe, men are affected by this shit too. We are. We look at the He-Man doll and be like, yeah, I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm not going to make it. Not going to be able to do it. Here's this He-Man doll. This man got muscles in his kidneys. Here your ass is. You so big you can't even find your goddamn kidney. We ain't going to make it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Rach. It's squared. We get it. We get it constantly. Men and women get it constantly. One of the problems that I have with Christian nationalism is this idea that we all have to live our lives based on biblical principles. The problem with that is this: everybody doesn't believe in that shit. And that's the same way I feel about what you see in the screen. Okay? We're not all going to look like that. We're not all going to act like that. Reclaiming? Yeah. Because you're fine. I mean, I don't really know how else to tell you that, reclaiming. Y'all are fine. Like, I mean, Jacob, what's going on? We get it all the time. It slams into us day after day after day after day. We see it, we hear it, and then we go and live our lives and we go, wow, I don't have any of it. So what ends up happening? Josh, good morning from ATL. What ends up happening? We start finding clusters of people throughout social media. People we think are our friends. We think they're our friends. We watch their content. We go to their lives, and we're there with them, right? We're there. We're there. But the fickle nature of media in America also happens to be a fickle nature within social media. Think about this. They have a 2026 Chevrolet Camaro, but they also had a 2025 Chevrolet Camaro. How much you ever take a razor and try to remove the stubble on He-Man's knees? No, I never did. No, I can't say that I did there, Annabelle. That's wild. Every year they come out with a new model of a car that they told you last year was the hot car to have. So you go out and get the hot car that you have and you can't afford it. And then the new hot car comes out. You know what I mean? In our society, men cannot tell other men that they're attractive. Men cannot tell other men that they are attractive. That society told us. What the hell you think you're going to find on social media? I'm so jacked. Look at my ribs. I'm so big. And even if the man does have an impressive body, dudes will not say anything about it. But they'll try their damnedest to try to look like the dude, and they'll break everything and shit. But they think this guy is their friend. It's all magnified. And that makes friendships difficult. K-Jax, if a man compliments another man randomly, is automatically considered offensive because the so-called, quote, gay agenda. That's another social media or media-created thing. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. To hear the words gay agenda, that's some social media-driven bullshit. Earlier this week, we talked about the gay kumite. That the gay kumite only exists because of how society keeps telling men not to react or how to react or what they're supposed to do. Think about that. You watch these people's content and you think you know them until you don't. Until you discover that these people are not as good as they think or as you think they are. Jay Thomas is in the building. Good morning. Nah, it's a party. It's a party now. It's a party now. You can know Sean Hannity from his work, but you don't know Sean Hannity outside of his work. Some of y'all really do truly believe that these people y'all see in front of this camera actually believe the shit that comes out of their mouth. They don't. They are selling you something. And in a time and place where we are so desperate for connection, that is a problem. That's a problem. That becomes a problem. We are desperate for connection because we're human beings. We are connected people. We are desperate for that. That rugged individualism, man on the road by himself type shit, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Women crave connection. Men crave connection. We crave intimacy. We crave touch. We crave the idea of being around other people and talking. We're all desperate for friends. But what does that mean in 2026? What does the word friend even mean in 2026? What does it mean? This man said, yeah, I'm ugly, but I got meat like an Arby's. Sir. Way to go. Sir. We didn't need to know about your mobile Arby's. We got the meat, sir. We didn't need that. What does that think about the desperation that you have just to be seen, to be heard. Just think about that. And then look at everybody that is trying their damnedest to make sure that you do not get that connection. Just think about that. You have organizations that are built on the idea of brotherhood or sisterhood or things of that nature, sororities, fraternities, stuff like that, right? You may know these people, but you don't really know them. You don't know them. You're in a fraternity with them. You're in a sorority with them, but you don't know them. They could have an agenda that literally means step on your goddamn face in order to get someplace. In the military, we called them battle buddies. They were battle buddies. These people were supposed to make sure we all come back together, whether it's alive or dead or whatever. No man, never leave a fallen comrade, that sort of thing. But you don't really know these people. I'm pretty sure, and I know this for a fact. Good morning, Top. Devil Dog's in the building. And I know this for a fact. I served with some racists. Not gonna sit them in line. And I'm not talking racist reserves like 1 weekend a month or 2 weekends a year. No, I'm talking about full-time racists. I know I did. Did I ever ask? No. I never did. But I also knew that if push came to shove and my life was on the line, they probably wouldn't save me. And this is the United States military. This is the United States military. We are trained, and it's drilled in our heads over and over and over. You never leave a fallen comrade. You never leave a fallen man. You never leave a fallen man. Everybody comes home. And that might not happen. Some people really might just leave your ass right there. So it's hard for us to make these connections. Because to make a friendship means that you have to let down a little bit of your vulnerable. You gotta pull those walls down and let people see that vulnerable part of you. Tristina whipped up $5 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
Thomas, my gay bud, is out here feeding people, doing what the 23 churches in town won't, but I'm evil, right? You see that? Tristina feeds people. She out here doing the work. Now, if a person was to meet Tristina, they would go, yo, Trisina's a really good person. But if all you saw from Tristina was her being a gay woman on social media, people are going to have problems with that. They're going to have problems with that. Why? Who the hell knows? It's not like she's gaying on them. It's not like she's going, ooh, let me touch you with my gay. No. So for us to want to let our walls down and be real vulnerable, we have to know that isn't going to be used against us. It's not going to be weaponized. Our weaknesses are not going to be weaponized. Our heart is not going to be weaponized. Our fears is not going to be weaponized against us. And a lot of people can't do it because a lot of people will take advantage of this shit. I go back to my old account. I was out here making content just to be making content. I didn't have anything else. I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't think of anything. Let me go make a video. But I did not know who I could trust. I didn't. One of the only times, now I will tell y'all, I ain't gonna tell y'all the extent of the conversation, but one of the only goddamn times me and Professor Moriarty, aka E, ever got into it, there was a Zoom call. And some words were exchanged. And I'm not going to sit up and lie and say that I was all very stoic. No, I was crying. I was crying my ass off. I was yelling. I was crying because I care about Elijah. I do. Not as just some, oh, yeah, I met you on social media. No. I love him as a man. I love him as a black man in the world. Do y'all understand 20 years ago, I would have never said that out loud? Do you see what I'm talking about? 20 years ago, I'd have never said that. That statement I just said to you, 20 years ago, I'd have never said it. Hell, me and my brother just started opening up about shit that we go through. We just started this. 20 years ago, there's no way in hell I would have told y'all that I love Elijah as a brother. I'd have never said it. Social media, whether we want to believe it or not, can both heal and hurt in equal measure. I bet y'all right now, some of y'all got people in your life that you have never told them how much they mean to you. You ain't got to raise your hand or nothing. And I guarantee you, by that same token, There are people in your life who have never told you how much you mean to them. We all got social media brain. I'm only as good as my last video. There, I said it. I'm only as good as my last video. I'm only as good as my last video. I have as many friends as watch my last video. We have started to literally streamline our life to the algorithm. What gets me on the FYP? What gets me, what hashtags can I use on YouTube to get more eyes on a video? I'm only as good as my last video. That's a lonely existence. That is. That is a lonely, lonely existence. Like, I use Mary Greenberg as an example of a lot of things because I love the shit out of Mary. I can't tell y'all how overjoyed I am that I know Mary Greenberg. I cannot tell y'all that. Mary brings a smile to my face like y'all would not believe. She makes her little videos, and she's just the happiest looking person. Even when she's going through shit, like when she gets in those moments where she's vulnerable, when she talks about missing her sister, missing her mother and things of that nature, even there, Mary seems to be one of the sweetest human beings around, right? But that's me seeing beyond the video. I've never met Mary in real life. I've never called Mary on the phone. Never. All I know of Mary is what she puts on the screen. And from that, a friendship is born. It ain't about the algorithm. It's about, look at the person in the video. Look at what they're saying. They're sharing their grief. They're sharing their joys. They're sharing their happiness. Right? Right? But we only realize that while we're in front of the camera. Behind the scenes, our whole life could be a goddamn dumpster fire banging itself in front of a mirror, goddamn. But we would never know because you turn that camera on and be anybody you want to be. So who are we actually befriending? The person they're trying to make us think they are or the person they actually are? I realize I'm not mainstream material. I'm not the guy that gets to go and do live streams with Don Lemon or gets to be on a panel on MSNBC because I'm not that person. I'm a curmudgeon. I don't trust easy. You can gain my trust after years of some Ra's al Ghul, League of Shadows level shit. And you can lose that shit over a sandwich and a damn drink, bitch. You can. But I got to worry about the algorithm. I'm only as good as my last video. I'm only as good as my last video. I'm only as good as my last video. What am I if y'all don't see me on the screen? Let's say The Sound of Coffee was just a cartoon white line with a headphone on and all y'all did was hear my voice. How many of y'all would still be here? How many of you would still be here? Be honest. Be honest. Don't lie. If the first time you ever watched this show, you know what I mean? You didn't see me. All you saw was a cartoon and you heard my voice. How many of y'all would still be here? Not very many. Because you don't know me. And if I put a cartoon up there, you damn sure ain't gonna know me. You ain't gonna know who the hell I am. You're gonna be like, this dude could be a perv. He could be a freak. He could be, you know what I mean? You're only as good as far as the world we live in right now. You're only as good as your last video. You are only as relevant as your last video. If all you see from a person is lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. I got more money. I got this. I got that. I got this. I got that. You don't know the person on the inside. So it becomes a shock when they all of a sudden do some stupid shit. Or it becomes a shock when you find out some really heinous shit about them. Those people are the ones that you called your friends only to find out that they're not. Only to find out that they're not. One of the things I hate about goddamn politicians is that they try to give us what they think we want. They want to give us the person they think we want, not the real person. You're not ever going to get a goddamn politician that gives you the true and honest person that they are. And the people who do give you the most honest version of themselves, they're never going to run for goddamn office because they would never win. Imagine a politician running for a public office and they tell you, I sleep in my car. The reason I can come to these these campaign functions and things of that nature is because I live in my car. Who gonna vote for him? Who gonna vote for him? Megan, good morning. Dark Brandon never showed their face and they have a cartoon leopard. Yep. Who gonna vote for the guy who drove up in a car, living in the car? Who gonna vote for him? Hey, y'all, I am running for public office. I just want you to know that I live in a Chevy Astro van, and I have been out of work. I donate plasma. Who gonna vote for that? Who gonna vote for that? Now, that's the person being as honest as they possibly can. As honest as humanly possible. You ain't gonna get no vote. You're not gonna get no vote. Oh, Lord, reclaiming. When you do decide to make those videos, reclaiming fine as hell. I don't know what. Good morning, Wakanda. Love you so much, sis. You got to have it polished. They've got to have a nice, good-looking suit. You got to make sure that they're well-shaved and the lighting hits them the right way. They're not real. They're not. That's why it's always a shock. This Eric Swalwell shit shouldn't have shocked anybody. It's a dude. What the hell do you think was going to happen? He's a guy. He does some nasty ass shit. But Swalwell sold everybody some shit. And it turns out, no. His human failings is he can't take no for a goddamn answer. John Fetterman sold people on folksy Americana liberalism only to get in the goddamn Senate and start acting exactly like every neocon Republican we've ever seen come out of goddamn Pennsylvania. The biggest example of what the hell I'm talking about is Donald Trump. The biggest example. The person he sold people as versus the person he really was. He's a grifting con artist. Right? So a real person is never going to get elected to politics. Speaking of public office, I am looking for courses to learn about politics. Wolfie, you have my admiration, sir. Keep doing what you do. A lot of us ain't polished. A lot of us are not polished. We don't look good in front of the camera. We don't have large social media teams. All we got is us. It's meat and bones. It's nothing but nuts and guts up in this bitch. So that makes a lot of followers, but it doesn't make a lot of friends. It doesn't. Because you will find out how people feel about you at your lowest point, not your highest, your lowest. When you are hurting, when you are sad, when you are heartbroken, you find out who the hell was really there. You know, I had 1 million followers on my original account. And I cannot tell you how many people that were not my friends, people I actually had phone calls and shit with, how many people actually gave a shit about how my mental health was. I can count on one hand. 1 million followers. But when I'm going through some shit, what good is that 1 million followers? Don't care. I gotta think about the FYP. I gotta think about the algorithm. I gotta think about what's gonna bring more eyeballs. That shit became a slog. A slog. It became hard to even get up enough gumption to even want to make any more content. Oh shit, I got 1 million followers, so I gotta go do something. People will assume, well, you got 1 million followers, you gotta be getting paid. No. Make a couple of bucks. I make just enough to buy my vape pens. That's about it. And even if that was the thing that I was doing it for, why? I would find a better way to bring more eyeballs if that's all that mattered. Chris Proser, the proof of life. Thank goodness. Chris Lotus, we love you. Don't ever forget that, sir. That's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat. That's all the other little apps. That's Tinder. That's Grindr. It's the same thing. You're selling a version of yourself that will attract people. But the real person, sad, lonely, brokenhearted, hungry, mad, horny, they are all these damn things without any, you know what I mean? Like without any avenue into that in the screen. All of my friends are in the virtual world, almost none outside the internet. And here's the other thing, kids. We don't trust people because we've seen what trust gets you in certain places. Have we not? Have we not? Think about this. How many stories have you heard about a guy trusting somebody that they met online? They're both white supremacists, this, that, and the third, only for that person that they met online to do some harmful, hateful, and sometimes deadly shit to their children. There's a man sitting on Texas death row for that right now. Right now. Guy met another guy. They were both white supremacists. They both loved on some white supremacy and shit like that. He brought this man into his house. He let him meet his wife and his kids and things of that nature. And then one day, his friend was supposed to take his daughter to school, and instead he took her someplace, raped her, and then murdered her. That was his friend, remember? A lot of us are untrusting friends because we know, because we've been burnt before. We have seen this movie before. You trust somebody and you bring them into your life, and next thing you know, they've robbed you, they've stolen from you, they've hurt somebody in your family, they've killed somebody in your family. You don't want that shit. So you say, screw it. Screw it. Keep them the hell over there. Look at the red pill movement. Men trying to get younger men, other men, to believe in this idea that, you know, you could be the alpha, the this, that, and the third. And the guys telling them this shit ain't got shit. They don't. They don't have anything. But they're pushing it through the algorithm, and it's getting into the minds of young men who also ain't got shit. I always said America will never be able to figure out terrorism, extremism, when of the Islamic type, because they could never figure out why young men join gangs. I've always said that. I have said that since day one. there are people who do not understand why young men join gangs. So how the hell are you going to ever try to understand and combat why young men join jihadi movements? How you going to understand if you don't even understand why young men join gangs? Y'all try to give them easy answers. Well, just don't join the gang. You live in a neighborhood. You live in a neighborhood. If you live in a Crip neighborhood, bitch, you a Crip. Your mama stays in a Crip neighborhood. Your siblings stay in a Crip neighborhood. Your auntie stay in a Crip neighborhood. Guess what your ass is? A Crip. Stay in a blood neighborhood, you a blood. This man said, you can join my shoulder gang. We're gangsters with a lean. Sir. Sir. How can you possibly understand why young men join jihadi movements when you don't even understand why young men join gangs in America? A sense of belonging. And do you think social media is any different? No. No. I colloquially call all of the longtime listeners of the show coffee beans. Because the show's called The Sound of Coffee. Coffee beans make coffee. And you can't have a cup without them. So yeah, if you were watching the show, you're a coffee bean, right? It's a sense of belonging. But with that also comes a sense of realism, something that I actually demand. You can't just come, watch the show, become a coffee bean, and not give a damn about anybody else. That's you can't do that. I will not allow that. And trust and believe. Good morning, Nana. I love you so much. And trust and believe. We have cultivated this. We have. We joke about chaos all the time. But do you know what chaos is? One big thing when it comes to this show and the people that watch it? Looking for the fake. Looking for the person who is only here for themselves, only here to promote their product or to grip them for their money. Chaos will sniff your ass out and you will be out of here. Chaos has kicked out a bunch of goddamn people. There have been people, and if you watch this show since the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. There have been people that have been in here 5, 6, 7, a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, that we find out, oh shit, that person is fake. That person is only here for money. RJ, good morning. Love you too, brother. Appreciate that. Chaos will call me, hey, yo, watch so-and-so. Why am I watching so-and-so? Man, watch so-and-so. I'm telling you right now, they're here for the grip. All right, okay, I'll watch them. And then they're gone. There is a responsibility that comes with watching this show and being a longtime watcher or a member or a coffee bean. It's the reason I have mods. I got mods on YouTube. I got mods on TikTok. I got mods on Instagram. Same reason. Because there will be people that will come in to try to disrupt, try to insult, try to hurt. But that is a responsibility that a person's supposed to have. If, let's say this show was live and every one of y'all came in every week, every day, every week to watch this show, I would have the same responsibility. If this was a live show and y'all were in the audience, I would have security there so that nobody comes in to hurt you. That is the responsibility that I would have as a show host. And you all would be responsible for making sure each one of you, oh, well, we're watching the show and oh my God, somebody just passed out. You're not going to let them let them fall on the ground and bust their goddamn head. You're going to make sure that they're medically okay. But those are all tenets of friendship. And we're trying to filter them through a digital age. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. Garrett with the $2 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
So shout out to Gambit. I miss talking to him on TikTok. Everything that I'm telling y'all are the hallmarks of a friendship. The hallmarks of a friendship. Above what underlines all of it, what is the foundation for all of it is belonging. I have gone through some shit since I've been on this app, since I've been on TikTok. I have gone through some real shit since I've been on this app. People who I thought were good people were not good people. And then I watched as groups of people who are either harmed or are advocating for people that were harmed by people that stood next to me, all of a sudden blame me. How does that work? What part of the game is that? Person A does some foul ass shit and is called out on it, and rightfully so. But now you want to go after person B through J? How the hell? Where they do that at? In my entire life, I have never heard of anybody doing that. But that is a social media thing. It's not enough to get blood from the person that actually did the screw up. You got to get blood from the person around them. You got to get blood from the person near them. You got to get blood from anybody that was even connected to them. That is a social media algorithm built thing. It's a digital lynch mob. That's what it is. And if your ass is in the center of a digital lynch mob, you tend to not trust for a very long time. I say all the time, there used to be a time that if you wanted to say something shitty to me, you'd have to say it to my face. And if you say it, we're going to fight. There's going to be some misunderstandings and furniture movement. I might get my ass whooped or I might whoop your ass, but we're going to have to fight. That was how human evolution happened. Talking shit to somebody on block A gets back to the dude on block D. The dude on block D comes to block A and said, all right, say that bullshit to my face. Say it to my face. You had so much heart and so many balls, you said it to people I knew and it got back to me, say it to my face. And if there was a fight, there was a fight. If there was an argument, there was an argument. It did not matter. Many a person got their jaw rocked for saying some bullshit all the way across town. Flash forward to 2026. You ain't got to do that. You can do that online. You can do it online. And it's more cowardly to do it online than it is to do it in front of somebody's face. Because again, another part of human evolution is anger. And when we're when we're angry, we tend to lash out, whether it's physically, verbally, or what have you. But not in the algorithmic ran times that we live in right now. No. Now you could just say some shit and people just believe it. Because the other thing about talking shit before social media was this. If you said something about somebody and somebody else got back to that person and said, yo, is this true? Is what true? I heard you was doing this, that, and the third. No, I'm not doing that shit. Who the hell told you that? Man, I heard it from this dude across town. All right, let me go find him. That's how it used to happen. That used to happen. That's exactly what used to happen. But now we got social media. All driven by the algorithm. All driven by the algorithm. We can't even get people to make phone calls to people that they have a problem with, even when they have their phone number in their goddamn phone. You got people that got your phone number and they hear some bullshit about you. Do they get on the phone and call you? No. But they'll make 10 videos about it. And mind you, these are the people that 6 months before this, they were your friends. I'm your friend. I love seeing you. Oh my God, thank you for being in my life, blah, blah, blah. You're my friend. They'll hear one effed up thing about you. They have your phone number. They can call you. They can dial numbers, get you on the phone. They can shoot you a text. And they can ask whether or not the shit that they heard about you is true. But people don't do that. Like I said, 1 million followers on TikTok. And I was hearing shit about my goddamn self that didn't make no sense. And then people were running with that narrative. People that have my goddamn phone number. People that have my phone number. People that have my email address. And do you think, rather than them going, wait a minute, wait a minute. Something about this ain't right. Let me holler at him. Because I'm his friend. I've got his phone number. I call myself his friend. Let me call him. You think they do that? No. They'll go along with the mob. They'll go along with the mob. They'll make damn sure that they're part of the group saying, see, I was saying this all along, but you was just in my face a month ago. What are you talking about? You were just literally in my goddamn face a month ago. Are you out of your goddamn mind? And way to go, you know what? I'm going to use him as an example, but I ain't going to say his name, but y'all know who he is. Imagine being the sort of person that has so many sins that they are cataloged. You have hurt so many people outside of the algorithm. Literally, outside of the algorithm. We're talking real life. We're talking boots on the ground. We're talking about sitting in physical chairs. We're talking about having conversations with you sitting in front of you. Imagine having that many problems, but still trying to be the voice of reason about somebody else. Grayson Thomas, I had to battle people in comments about you. They swore you, quote unquote, bullied him. That's another one. That's another one. See, in this algorithmic time, you can be oppressor and oppressed. And no matter how many times people say that's some bullshit, you can still get away with it. Throughout my entire life, I've never had to justify my blackness. Throughout my whole life. Peace, love, and blessings, Troy. Throughout my entire life, I never once had to justify my blackness. I told y'all I don't date race, I date size. Plus size women are what I prefer, right? And at no point in the entire time I was dating Latino women, white women, Asian women, Puerto Rican women, black women, plus size, all of them. At no point did I ever have to justify my blackness. It wasn't until social media came around that all of a sudden I have to, let me go get my blackness card to show you how black I am. Bitch, are you kidding me right now? Do y'all know why so many of us older people hate social media now? Because we're having fights that we had years ago. We are out here justifying shit that you shouldn't have to justify in the first place. Throughout my entire life, I never had to tell a woman I was a safe space. I just was a safe man. That was it. You never had to stand up and declare yourself a safe space for women. You just didn't do any kind of nasty ass shit towards women. You didn't. I never had to say, yo, I ain't gonna rape you. I just didn't. I just didn't. It was never on my list of things to do. My biggest pet peeve in life is being blamed for some shit I didn't do. I hate that. I hate that. You can damn near steal my truck over blaming me for some shit I didn't have nothing to do with. And you might get off a lot easier by stealing my truck than you would blaming me for some shit I didn't do. That literally is a pet peeve of mine. So imagine over the past 6 years of me being on social media, how many times I've been blamed for some shit I ain't had nothing to do with. Imagine how the hell I feel. Just imagine. Not even in the room with some bullshit. But I'm getting hit with it because this person did some stupid shit. How the hell I become an accessory to a crime I wasn't even involved in? But again, it's all under the guise of friendship. When I made my new account, I said that out loud. If I ain't called you, if I haven't texted you, if I haven't had an email exchange with you, or if I haven't spoken to you in a Discord server, bitch, we're not friends. You're just somebody that watches my shit. And I had to make that distinction because of how bad I've been burnt before. Social media, for those of us in the older generations, the Gen Xers and Boomers and stuff like that, social media is a cesspool of ass for us because we don't play like this. This is not something we play with. We don't play like that. We don't play like that. You don't get to say some shit to us in a video and us not feeling like, yo, where is this person at so I can go and put my foot in their ass? You don't get to say something about somebody mama to a person from the generations I come from. Oh, no, you go see. Listen, you say something about my mama, you'd go see your grandmama, and we know she ain't here no damn more. Best and believe that shit. Bitch, you would end up in Forest Lawn. They'd be, he dead, y'all. This culture has turned us all into these creations of content. We are not human beings. We are a series of videos. We are a series of videos. And we are all looking at it from the standpoint of, look how much money these people make. Look how much money these people make. Look how much money these people make. Look how they're changing their life. Look how they're fixing their life. Look how they're able to buy this, that, and the third and go on these damn vacations and stuff like that. We are literally a series of videos. We're not human beings. And for people like myself, this is a hard thing to deal with. In my head, it's hard to deal with. And it makes people who I can have conversations with and call my friends or my brother or my sister, it makes those relationships more important. Because everybody's a friend when you got 1 million followers. When you got 5, bitch, you are hardly even known. You are hardly even known outside of what people see on that screen. And for guys like myself, this is a hard transition. This is. We are looking at it from the standpoint of how we were raised outside of a screen in the age of the screen. We don't know how to act. We don't know how to act. Do y'all understand? Black folks had to start coding our words. I'm going to use TikTok, just TikTok. On TikTok, we had to start coding our words so that we didn't piss off white folks. Ain't no use to me lying. And not just white folks that'll watch the video, white folks that run the algorithm. Instead of gun, we say pew pew. Instead of dead, we say unalive. Instead of saying abortion, we say abortion or AB or some shit like that. We had to code our words because there are people, not just the people that'll view our videos that will report them, but the algorithm that itself that will not allow us to be our best people. Imagine being a person that was raised in a time and a place where you could open your mouth and say something and get your entire jaw rocked. Where we did not code words. We said the shit out loud in front of microphones and cameras and didn't give a shit who heard it. Why do you think people like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Stokely Carmichael and Huey P. Newton and Fred Hampton matter so much to black folks? Because these people use the words that TikTok would get you banned for to speak about problems that were happening in these communities that people only want to come and take something from. But now TikTok don't even want that. You don't get verified unless you kiss ass. You don't get verified unless you do something so incredibly not you. Moms are called boom booms. Yep, thank you, Annabelle. The code is butchered language for the newest generation. It has. Troy, exactly. Politically correct bullshit. In this day and time, it is more politically correct to call migrants illegals than it is to call them migrants. Because if you can call them illegal, that means you can demonize them. You can make video after video after video after video after video demonizing quote unquote illegals. You can get a following demonizing those quote unquote illegals. You can get verified demonizing and destroying these so-called illegals. And you never have to meet one in real life. You ain't never got to sit at the table with a migrant worker who is trying their damnedest to send some money home to their family. And how we need them in this economy to get anything done. Think about it. I want you to think about what I just said. In front of the camera, you can be anybody you want to be. You can be anybody you want to be. And you can gather a following being anybody you want to be in front of that camera. But then you turn the camera off and you don't believe any of that. You don't believe any of that. Those people who say, I'm not xenophobic. I have Mexican friends. Yeah, but you had Mexican friends before you turned that camera on. So all that bullshit that's coming out of your mouth, you don't believe it. Either your friends are fake in real life or you just put out a bunch of bullshit on social media. And what pisses me off is people are able to live their lives with those two dichotomies going on. E, you are always welcome on any show we have, sir. Anyone. They literally can live with these two polar opposite mindsets and get away with it. They can get away with it. How do you think Sean Hannity is so big? I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. And this came out of a story the New Yorker did for Keith Olbermann. Right? So Keith Olbermann used to work at MSNBC, which is either it's in the same block or a couple of blocks away from Fox News. So one day, Keith Olbermann is going out. He's out. Sean Hannity comes out. And they shake hands, gentlemen like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And Sean Hannity said, it's funny how many people believe that we don't like each other in life. That was telling to me. Like the rest of the story was absolutely great. And Keith Olbermann is one of the few people who I have all the admiration in the world for. Because yes, he is difficult to work with, but the reason he is difficult to work with is because Keith Olbermann demands a level of respect and honesty that a lot of people in the news media are not used to. But that part really stuck with me. People are so surprised how many people are friends outside of the camera. It's because of what you put through the camera in the first place. For all of you who want to sanctify or cantonize Charlie Kirk, either Charlie was lying when he said, when I see a black pilot, I think, wow, I sure hope he's qualified, or he did and he never flew. It can't be both. It cannot be both. Either he sees black pilot, says nothing, gets on the plane, sits down, flies, gets there on time and everything else, or he genuinely, truly does believe every black pilot is not qualified and therefore he never flies anywhere. It can't be both. Can't be. It's got to be one or the other. Now, let's say, for the sake of argument, Charlie Kirk only said that in front of the camera because he wanted you all to believe that shit. Why did he do that? Why would he have y'all out here believing that he is an out-and-out racist that does not believe that black pilots are qualified? Why would he do that? The algorithm. For the sake of his show. Why does Sean Hannity pump that bullshit knowing damn well he is friends with liberal and leftist and progressive and democratic news anchors throughout America? Why would he pump to you that he is the enemy of them? Off to educate young minds. Hope everyone has a good day. Remember, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are wanted, needed, and each day you make a difference. Ace, I love you so much. I love you so much, Ace. Be safe out there, please. I want you to think about that. Why would he do that? There are people who are literally drawn to that bullshit. They are drawn to it. So you got to give the people what they want. The very first video I ever made on TikTok, I said that I am tired of carrying stupid people along with us. That became who I was or who I am. I always said I try to make sure that there is no daylight between Thomas McCormick and Thomas Bishop. I try to make sure there's no daylight. If one overrides or supersedes the other one, I do a reset. I do a reset and another reset and another reset. I try to make sure there is no daylight between the two because this is what I am. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. I am trying to take my sensibilities that I was raised with by a single mother, raised with by two parents who valued education and things of that nature. I am trying to put it into the digital age. It doesn't always work, kids. I'm sorry. It does not always work. Which brings me back to the word friend. Friend. While in the process of trying to put everything that has made up my 54 years of life into a screen and in front of a camera, there are people who say that they like me and they turned out that they don't. It is hard to trust in this time and in this place, especially when you are used to dealing with people face to face, not online, not in a live. I'm talking about literally face to face, looking each other in the eyes, saying what we got to say, speaking on whatever we need to speak on, arguing in front of people. I'm used to that. I'm not used to this digital age where somebody can say some shit about me in a video on one side of TikTok and it gets back to me and all I can do is answer via video. I'm not used to that. I'm used to, what did he say? All right, get in the car. We're going to go find out. Looking you in the face. Hey, dog, what was that you said? Say it to me now. I'm standing right here. Standing right here. And if it meant I win a fight or he wins a fight, but it's still a face-to-face meeting. Friendships are the exact same way. Friendships are the exact same way. To call somebody a friend, meaning that in your time of need, you actually need this person. It's the same thing with the word love. Why do you think we end up with so many scandals about TikTok influencers getting together and some bad shit happen? Because on screen, that's all you know. That's all you know. You end up having to fight the same goddamn fears and bullshit that you would fight in life because you had an admiration for somebody online. Jack Off Wagon is a perfect example of what the hell I am talking about. Man purported to be a safe space for women, and he wasn't. I'm old school. I don't sit up and tell you on a screen, I'm a safe space for women. I'm just a safe space, period. If I see you in public, cool, hey, how you doing? I'm very cordial. But I ain't got to tell you I'm a safe space. I just need to do safe space shit. You know what I mean? Like I just need to do safe space shit. That's all I got to do. That's it. I don't have to do anything else. But even with that, you then in turn end up having to deal with people that will say something online about that. Those are people that don't like you. And then there's the friends. The friends. Let me tell y'all something. And this is something I noticed. I have never policed anybody's friend. I will tell somebody I don't F with that person, but if you cool with them, I'm cool with them. Just keep them away from me. That's life. That is in real life. There are some people that I'm cordial. I'm cool with this dude. He comes over with somebody that I absolutely don't like. Hey, man, listen, no disrespect. Get him out of here. He got to go. He got to go. I don't even mess around with each other like that. We don't. There's going to be some problems if you don't get him out of here. Right? Right? There have been many a fight, this fight, because you brought the wrong person around somebody. You can't do that in social media. In social media, people are actually out there saying, well, if you follow that person, if you're friends with that person, you can't be friends with me. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? I don't police people's friends. What kind of shit is that? But I've noticed there are a lot of people that used to, quote unquote, used to follow me, right? But don't follow me anymore because I had beef with this person over here. What is that? What kind of shit is that? What is it? I would never ask anybody to do that. Never. But people have asked other people who were, quote unquote, friends of me to do it, and they listened. Like dumbasses. Like dumbasses. Only to find out the person that told you, well, if you following Thomas Bishop, I can't even be friends with you. Only to find out that person is a bigger dog, a bigger piece of shit than I am. Now you over here looking stupid. Now the mea culpas come. Nah, we good, dog. Stay over there. Stay over there. My sons are safe spaces, but because they're young Southern white men with long hair, they're viewed as enemies. Their stepmother even insinuated they'd essay young children. Now think about that with you for just a second. You would be well within your rights to get up out of your house, tell Steve, hey, come on, we're going to drive someplace. Go and find that stepmother and smack the shit out of her ass. You would be well within your rights to do so. Those are your sons. You know what I mean? People basically tell other people, be safe, Shab. I love you, brother. Be safe out there, please. Please be safe out there. People out here, well, you can't follow me and follow him at the same time. What? Whatever happened? Why? Violent and criminal behavior. Violent and criminal behavior. Once again, TikTok on this bullshit. Violent and criminal behavior. What kind of shit is that? Your loyalty based on the algorithm? What kind of shit is that? Your loyalty is based on the algorithm. You follow somebody, you interact with their videos, you send them DMs, y'all talking, but for some reason, if they're following somebody else you don't like, you give them the ultimatum of don't follow them or don't follow me. Who the hell does that? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Right now, some of the people who I can call on the phone right now, are following people I don't like. I ain't never told them they can't do that. Because I don't live my life based on what's in front of this goddamn screen. I am a grown-ass man from an old school. You friends with them, cool, just keep them away from me. Just keep their ass over there. Don't bring them anywhere near me. I can't follow you. I've heard things about you. What is this? Where'd you hear it from? Oh, well, I heard it from so-and-so. You know me and that dude don't get along. Well, I heard it. Bitch, ask me. I'm sitting right here. Ask me, King. Ask me. So I got to do. We don't do that no more. We don't. I obtained my summer job yesterday. Head lifeguard, swim coach, water aerobics teacher. May Money in the building. May Money gonna be out there teaching people how to swim. That's not how the game is played. You got a problem with somebody, come to them. You hear some bullshit, come to them. And if you have somebody in your life that you follow that tells you, if you follow me, you can't follow this person, you need to stop following that goddamn person. What the kind of shit is that? So I started to say no forgiveness. Because if you believe a lie before you talk to the person that the lie is about, I don't need you around. I don't want you following me. Go somewhere. Go home. Go do whatever the hell it is that you plan on doing with the rest of your life, but stay out of my face. Go over there. I don't need you. But that's because I gotta think about the algorithm, but I also gotta think about my own mental health. Don't call me your friend. Don't have messages with me. And then believe some bullshit before coming to talk to me. Hey, is this true? No, it's not. What is this? What is this? All of a sudden we believe, oh, well, he made a video. It had to be true. What is this? And it's bad enough when it's just people that casually follow the shit that you put out. It's another whole animal when it's somebody that said that they're your friend. When you've had conversations where the two of y'all are on the phone crying. When the two of y'all are out here laughing at each other's jokes. You sending them money because they need it. They sending you money because you need it. They out here, you can call them when you're in the darkest moments of your life. But because somebody said something goofy about them, oh, I can't follow you anymore. Then you were never my friend. You were just simply here because it was the cool thing to do. Once again, I go back to Donald Trump. That's how he got them. That's how Donald Trump got those people. That's how. Don't believe what you can see. Don't believe other people telling you about me. I'm not going to ever answer your question, but just believe me. Believe what's coming out of my mouth. Believe me. Believe what's coming out of my mouth. Don't believe these other people over here. You going to tell me I'm not supposed to listen to the news? You going to tell me I'm not supposed to do any research? You going to tell me I'm not supposed to be able to fact check the shit that you say? I'm just supposed to believe you? Even if this person that you're talking about or this institution that you're talking about has never let me down, has always been fair and honest with me, I'm supposed to believe you? That's how Donald Trump got the people to follow him the way that he did. That's how. By making it to where even questioning the shit that comes out of his mouth, you feel un-American. You want to go with the crowd, I guarantee you, if there was no Donald Trump, some of these people will be looking at each other going, yeah, he was full of shit, right? He was full of shit. But we do things for the algorithm. We do things for the screen. Realness doesn't come out. So guess what happens when it comes to friendships? I talk to Chaos on the phone. On the phone. I can talk to Taz, to Nate, or to Gilbert anytime I want. I can send them text messages and tell them I'm not okay. Be safe, Bella Wolf. Love you so much. Be safe. These are people I know for a fact got my back. I told y'all I've known Dottie for over 40 years. I can call on Dottie anytime I want for anything, and she'd listen. She can call me for anything she wants, and she know I'd listen. If I can help, I'd help. If I need help and she got it, then I got it. That's 40 years. My oldest friend is the reason she transcended being my friend. That's my sister. That is my goddamn sister. When I got ready to go to Afghanistan, I did a group chat with my whole family, my mom, my 3 sisters, my brother, and Dottie. I added Dottie in there on purpose. I wanted her there because that is my oldest friend in the world. My oldest friend in the world is Dottie Bell. Love you, Mary. Be safe, please. Be safe. Love you. Kiss the husband, kiss the kid. That's real life, kids. That's real life. Me and Elijah have had Zoom meetings. I ain't never been in the same continent as Elijah. But I know for a fact, if I'm going through some shit, I can send him an email. Hey, E, we need a meeting, like right now. Like, say the word. I send him the Zoom link. I can vent. I can cry. I can yell. I can laugh. He will get me back to where I need to be. He can do the same thing for me. That is a true friendship. That is a brotherhood. It is not based on the whims of the algorithm. That shit is based on the heart of the person I'm talking to. And at no time, and Elijah will tell you, at no time have I ever told Elijah, if you hang out with that person, you can't talk to me. I've never done that. I've never done it to Chaos, to Taz, to Gilbert, to Nate. I've never done it to Dave. I've never done it to Tiger Bomb. I've never done it to Doc. I've never done it to Helen or Indigenous or Hildred. I've never done it to anybody because that's not the cloth I'm cut from. I never did it to Michael Pruitt. I've never done it to May Money, never done it to Smoking Hot or anybody else. That's not the cloth I come from. The cloth I come from is this. If I tell you I got a problem with that person, you can still be friends, just don't bring them around me. That's the cloth I come from. That's the cloth I was cut from. That's the background that I have come from. Why is it so difficult for other people to do that? How is it that in a time where we have more technological advancements than at any time in human history, that people can be just as dumb as they were before? How is that possible? How? And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. That takes a toll on your mental health. It takes a toll on your mental health. When you feel betrayed by somebody you ain't never been in a room with, but you've had all the conversations in the world, that hurts. That hurts. You go into a dark place. You find yourself in a very dark place when you do that. You're hurt. You're sad. You're depressed. You don't trust. I know people that don't eat and don't sleep when they're in these situations. You lose a quote unquote friend online. People play with other people's emotions. They do. It's happened to me. Like, I know for a goddamn fact I've been blamed for shit I had nothing to do with. And then I watched as people who swore up and down, I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm your sister, turn their back on me. And you don't think that shit don't wear on my goddamn nerves? You don't think that doesn't hurt? Of course it does. Of course it does. People who have had conversations with me. Holy shit. Former Democrat Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax found dead in apparent murder-suicide. Oh, my sweet aunt. Please, goddamn, Jack. Shit. People that you swear, they told you, you're my brother, until the algorithm winds change. Now they turn their back on you. And they sleep well, but you don't. They sleep like a baby. You don't. And then when these people decide to maybe come back into your life, or you see them, or they're on your FYP, a part of you hurts. So what do? I'm not interested. Get that shit up out of here. I don't want to see it no more. Betrayal in life, from where I come from, used to end up with some level of conflict. Now, it's just a simple matter of saying, not interested. Not interested. That's it. Not interested. No phone call, no email, just not interested. Had a conversation with somebody that tried to make me pick between them and another friend, and I haven't spoken to him since. I haven't. I have not spoken to him since. You don't tell me. You don't give me a choice like that. Based on the algorithm, bitch, you can kiss my ass. I'm old school. You don't come to me like that. You got a problem with somebody I hang out with, fine. Say that part. I'll make sure the two of y'all ain't never in the same place. But you don't give me no goddamn ultimatum. You can ultimately get the hell up out of here, bitch. You can ultimately get your ass up out of here. You don't make me pick between people. I was not raised like that. If you try to give me an ultimatum hanging out with this person, talking to this person, or hanging out and talking to you, I'm going to tell you, you can choose which one of
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
put them on your thorax, bitch. Don't do that. Josh, I love you to death. Remember that. You don't. Thank you, Nana. I know I can reach you. That's the crazy part. I've had conversations with DJ and Nana. Why the hell do you think one's my big sis, the other one's my Nana? And I can tell you something. Nana J nor DJ would make me choose between them and somebody else. That is true love. That is true family. That right there is true family. The other aspect of being a part of a true family is this. They love you, warts and all. Can we not? I love you. Mwah. Be safe out there. I love you, damn it. The other aspect of true love is that they accept you, warts and all. they accept you. They hear something bad about you, they coming to you. They're going to talk to you directly. Hey, you hear, what's this shit? This really happened? No. No, it didn't. All right, I thought it was bullshit. That's the cloth I come from. That's the cloth I'm cut from. It is a demand that I ask of anybody that wants to call me their friend. Even if you're younger than me and you did not go through the life that I went through or seen the things that I've seen, I still demand that of you. I demand that you be the very person that you are offline and online, as long as it's your real person, flaws and all. You give me that, I will accept you. Not tolerate, accept you. And I'll be there for you. 100%. My husband and I are separating because I refuse to make him choose between his mom and me. See, Storm, that's a real thing. So I know for a fact, Storm is never going to make a video where she's making people choose between her and somebody else on TikTok they don't like. Sphinx Award-winning musician Josh Jones is in the building with the $5 or $4.99 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
Someone said I was a DEI hire, then years later asked to collaborate. I asked for 50% of the profits because of what they said. That meeting ended quick. What you see in front of you is a real person. What you see in front of you is a real person. There is no act. There is no polish. You know what I mean? There's no polish to this. I am exactly who I am advertised as. Don't give me the sins of somebody else. I was telling Chris Lotus this the other day. I don't walk around with the sins of other people. That ain't my weight to carry. I don't own that shit. I don't. If something is happening or if somebody has done some shit, that's them, not me. I refuse to kowtow. I refuse to accept the sins of somebody else simply because I was standing next to them. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I'm friends with somebody that you don't like, you need to get over it. You need to get over it. Why am I hiding who I'm friends with for the algorithm? Algorithm, these nuts, bitch. You out of your mind. Again, this is one of those things that people in 2026 do not really truly think about because they take it for granted. I don't care if your platform only has 1,000 people. I don't. If somebody out of that 1,000 says that they're your friend, then they need to show and prove. They do. You need a phone call from them. You need an email, a text message, or something. Because the algorithm is fickle, kids. It's fickle. One day you're popular. One day you're not. And you can become somebody only to have that becoming somebody bite you in the ass. It can happen. Because you out here trying to be somebody you're not. It's best to be yourself. Warts and all, flaws and all. And if you are making a friendship with somebody online, take that shit offline. Talk to them. Have conversations. Get to know them. Don't just take their word for it. Show it. You show it to them. They show it to you. Show that there is a level of loyalty that you have to this person. outside of what you see in your social media application. Because if you don't do that, you are setting yourself up for failure. You are setting yourself up to be heartbroken, to be hurt. You are setting yourself up to have your integrity questioned, something that if it happened at a job, you would lose your shit. People will tell you that they're your friend until you're friend with somebody else they don't like, and all of a sudden it's a choice. If anybody ever gives you a choice between who to follow, it's time for you to stop following them. It is time to stop talking to them, stop dealing with them, stop being around them. Friends don't make you choose. Back in my young rogue days, the only people I had friends outside of my cousins and my brother, but I didn't mess with them. My brother, my good friend and co-owner of Ghost Claw Production Radio, Mr. Jeff Kennedy is in the building. Morning, Jeff. Talking friendships, brother. I trusted my cousin and my brother, and they trusted me. Because I knew you leave me out there in some bullshit, I ain't got to talk to you. I just go to Aunt Coco or Aunt Lillian or Aunt Roseanne or Aunt Bernice. If I did some shady shit, you just go to my mother. So the trust was already there. We family. We family. We are family. Dottie and I have a friendship that has lasted for over 40 years because of the fact that we showed each other how much we meant to the other from day one. And it has been that way ever since, and it'll be that way until one of us buries the other one. I will love Dottie Bell for as long as I live. Have we butted heads? Yes. Have we had fights? Yes. But at the end of the day, either I called and apologized or she called me and apologized. That's what a friendship truly means. She accepts me for all of my faults, all of my sins. She accepts me. She accepts the fact that I've never been the sort of person that's conventional. She understands that. And so do I. Social media makes it to where we are questioning ourselves at every moment. At every moment, we are questioning ourselves. We are questioning, is this person really my friend? Or is this just somebody who says that because I have 1 million followers or I'm verified or I have brand deals? The people who make up the show hosts of Ghost Claw Production Radio, these are cultivated. Nobody got a show for free. Nobody got a show simply because, oh, wow, we're cool. These are the voices we wanted to be out there. And there are more coming. There are more coming. But this was cultivated. The people we trust, the people that we know for a fact will not let us astray or let us down. If I'm not on the villain's view, Chaos is more than capable of coming in and co-hosting from me. He knows Nate and Gilbert and Taz. He's right there, right in the mix. Smoking Hot can get somebody if we want them on the show. We trust her to do that. And in turn, if she needs us, we're there. I say all that to say this. Mentally, it is very hard to exist in a world where as soon as people start to see what you do or make videos or whatever, they can follow you. But then they can also unfollow. Be safe, theme park. I love you. Have a safe day, sweetheart. Have a safe day, sis. They can unfollow you. Just like that. Just like that. They can believe shit somebody else says, and all of a sudden it's boom. Unfollow. no explanation. They don't talk to you, but they called you their friend. They said you were their friend. You were their friend, right? But they can just unfollow you. Boom. Just like that. It makes it hard to build any sort of lasting relationships, especially when all you're doing is making relationships from the algorithm. I learned a very, very, very valuable lesson with the loss of my main account. I learned a very, very valuable lesson. Love you, Witchy. Kiss Steve in the mouth for me and tell Holden we love him. Little rapscallion him. I learned a very valuable lesson. I will never, ever, ever allow somebody to call themselves my friend if they don't truly know me ever again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am just as a slave to the algorithm as anybody else. But just because I am a slave to the algorithm doesn't mean I have to change the person that I am. I'm not going to do that. If you've known me for longer than a cup of coffee, you know I will never make you pick between me and somebody else that you follow. I won't do it. If you know me for longer than a cup of coffee, you know that when I say I am your friend, that means through thick and thin, through all the ups and the downs, until the last breath of my body. If you've known me for longer than a cup of coffee, you know I don't ever have to tell people I'm a safe space. I just do safe space shit, online and offline. If you've known me for longer than a cup of coffee, you know that if you hear something about me on some app or some other place, you can come talk to me and I will tell you the truth. I ain't got to lie to you. I don't. This ain't about me looking good. It's simply a matter of me being the person that I am. I have taken what has sustained me for decades and put it in a digital age. I'm not going to be different because the camera's on. I'll be the same person every day and twice on goddamn Sunday. And I don't have to pretend. I don't need to pretend. I simply need to be me. That's it. I don't ask anybody to live the way I live. I don't ask anybody to be from the places I come from and be cut from the cloth that I am cut from. But I will tell you, I carry that shit with me. So if you see a video of mine that you like, great. All you're seeing is a real person. If you send me a DM, I'm going to answer back unless it's some effery and jackassery. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. My loyalty is real. You can betray it, but I never will. Algorithm don't mean I get to change my goddamn mentality and change what my mother and father raised me to be. Bitch, you can kiss my ass with that algorithm. I don't give a shit. Algorithm don't change nothing over here, Junior. I'm still the same person. I can be vulnerable enough to where Taz and Gilbert and Nate can make jokes about me. Because I know they're not doing it mean-spirited. They're doing it because it's funny. And I can laugh. We can make jokes on each other. Because the other thing that you will know about the four of us that host the Villain's View is this. We've all had conversations with each other when we were in our darkest moments. And we have lifted each other up. That is friendship. That's family. That's love. I use Chaos as an example of a lot of things, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I don't love that man. I love the shit out of him. I love him. I admire him. I am so glad to call myself his little brother. I'm so glad that Swords calls me Unc. Swords knows, you ever need me, I'm right here. The guild means something to me because it is a family. I was telling Taz, and I think I said this on the show. Actually, no. I did say it on the show. Taz is the reason me and my sister Lizzie are talking again. That is the highest praise or the highest level of praise I can give that woman. Having her in my life made me miss having my little terror twin. I got her back. Taz did that. Taz opened me up for that. Taz melted that little bit of scar tissue that I had from the way the actions and everything that happened after my mother passed away. Taz did that. I will never not say that out loud. Even if I have dementia, I'll say it, but I might not remember when I said it, but I'll damn say it, shit. Elijah and I started off butting heads. But there's absolutely no way in hell I will ever not call that man my brother. That goes beyond the screen. That's real life. I will love that man for as long as I live. I will fight for him the same way I know he would do that for me. But not even just about the fights. I can laugh with E. I can talk to E. When I'm feeling down, E is there. When he's down, I'm there. That's my brother. That's more than an algorithm, kid. That's my brother. Some of the best times I had, was it last year, the year before last, was hanging out with Angry's goofy ass at a comic book convention. He may not know this, but that was some of the best times of my life right there. Like, he don't know. I don't say. But I needed that. I needed that. To just hang out with another nerd. Getting him to take pictures with stormtroopers because it's his birthday. And I'm taking a picture and the whole time he's flicking me off. That's something you can't get through an algorithm, people. That's love. I will never, ever, ever apologize for loving as hard as I do. And whether I have 1 million followers or 1, that ain't changing. I will never, ever apologize for loving. I will never, ever apologize for friendships. I will never, ever apologize for giving props where props are due. Taz deserves those props because it's a true thing. That is a true thing. Yes, Taz had a past. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Because that's my sister. It's my little sister. I don't ever need to explain that. An algorithm will never change that. Ever. A lot of people got a problem with T. Nathan. T. Nathan's my brother. Period. I don't give a damn what you used to do. I know what you do for me. And I hope I know what I do for you. The message I would want you to take away from the show today is this. Seek out the real. Do not let the algorithm tell you or teach you or make you or influence you to follow someone. Seek out the real of that person. Seek out the real behind that screen. Beyond the screen. Look at the real person. Don't follow trends. Don't follow trends that are cultivated for you. Seek out the person. See, he said, Angry said, but as much as I hate Hobbs and Shaw, it holds a special place in my heart because of you. I will love Angry until the day I die. That's the cloth I come from, kid. That's the cloth I come from. And if I can put that through a screen, and maybe 500 people will watch the video or 1,000 people will watch the video, it's not about the views, it's about the message. My message is always going to be love for those who love me. My message is always going to be loyalty. Even if some people aren't loyal to me, I'm still loyal to them. That word means something. Friend, brother, sister. That those words mean something to me. I just wish we could bring them back to mean something for everyone. Made Money in the building has been a member of Ghost Star Productions Radio for an entire whole month. Friendship is my fave, old and new friends. Top City, be safe out there, brother. Thank you for watching, and I love you to death, T. Top City, I love you to death. Please remember that. I've got some yard work I got to finish. We are having a birthday celebration for one of the granddaughters this coming weekend, and the wife wants the backyard to look great. So I'll be working on that until tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we talk about Superplex, when we go to Superplex party. You should feel proud of the community you have built and encouraged there, Thomas. I am, Michael. I am. I ain't got the words, but I'm so damn proud of y'all. You'll never know. Hydrate, elevate, self-love and self-care. I love you all. Have a beautiful day on purpose. The good word from one Miss Tressina. Where's that warm word? Where's that warm word, Miss Lyles? Miss Lyles, give me that warm word, damn it. Be kind, be positive, be authentic, be you. I love you all. Thank you for the show today. Have some grace and love on yourself. That is the warm word from Miss Lyles. As always, kids, what is it do we say every day? Either Taz or Smoking Hot. I need one of y'all addresses because I got an entire bag filled with buttons, membership buttons for the Villains Guild, and damn it, I need to do something with them because I can't. I just can't. I simply can't. We have to learn what real friends are today, and I do my best. See you all on Flag on the Play Friday. Proud while loving y'all too. Thomas Bishop, just an update on the son's injury. His leg's starting to respond to exercise. That is a good thing, Wolfie. That kid's going to be on that field very, very soon. Nana, as always, I love you with everything in me. What is it that we say every day, kids? Seek out the real. Seek out real connection. Seek out real friendships. Do not expect the perfection that you see on the screen to be the perfection that you will get in real life. Seek out those who have flaws and own them. Seek out those who have flaws and have overcome them. Seek out those who have those flaws and are teaching you about them. Make friendships that are not algorithm friendly. And love on yourself. Weighed myself this morning. I'm down to 213 pounds. Love yourself. Change is possible. Tressina, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. DJ, I love you, big sis. Actually, I love all of y'all. No ifs, no ands, or buts. What is it that we say every day, kids? May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the Villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud member of the Outcast Nation. And this has been a heartfelt, friendly, and loving episode of of the sound of coffee on Ghost Law Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. It is Superplex Party. We're talking WrestleMania. We are talking Darby Allin winning the World Heavyweight Championship over in AEW. And I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about some Kings Road wrestling. I don't know. I love you all. You guys are great. The day belongs to you. Before I leave you with the universal greeting of all the coffee beans. Bow your heads.
How you doing? I woke up. Everybody else, because I woke up. That's how I look at it. You all had a chance until I woke up. Today's mine. That's just what it is.
That's all it is, baby. Day belongs to us. Seize it. Seize the day. Squeeze it for every drop of joy you can get out of it. And remember, you are loved. You are worthy. And if no one tells you this today, if no one tells you that the world is made a lot brighter and better with you on this side of the dirt, if no one tells you that today, I'm telling it to you. As always, with love in my heart, I say this. With peace on my mind, I give this. Oh, shitty fine. Yeah. Right. Woo. Girl, I swear my coochie is sweating because it's so fine. And just a tad bit of hair grease. I will see you all tomorrow for our Flag on the Play Friday episode. Those shows are long. Bring your food. Bring you something to drink. And effery and jackassery will be commence as soon as I get my black ass up. I love you all. Be safe. Peace. Hey, I love you. And I'm proud of you. Don't you ever forget that. See y'all tonight.